The Butte Valley Community Center was made possible by Orcal RC&D, the Lions Club, and Blue Sky.
Tell me about this panel and what kind of coordination it took to work this out. So you had the solar, the building, and PP&L all together in this.
Right. So we start out with Pacific Power and the net metering agreement, and let them know what size solar project that we're going to be installing, and then they look at the service and the transformer and the proposed construction project. And we came up with this plan. This is a pretty standard plan. So the solar energy that's produced comes here to the AC disconnect, and this is the main disconnect for the entire solar system. And so this gets put in place for Pacific Power next to the meter. This is a standard 400 amp meter base, and so this has now been reprogrammed for net metering, and we just do a supply tap in the meter base, and with the help and assistance of Pacific Power, got all of this equipment landed. And then Andrew and the guys do these are the disconnects for the breaker panels inside, and these are the two service disconnects for that.
And one comment I'd like to make, Eric said net metering, but for the people that don't know what that means is this meter will run backwards when we're creating solar energy.
Yeah, that was a key component of this project because of the refrigeration and freezer units were going to raise their power bill up, and so really would have killed the project without the solar array to hopefully knock their power bill down to zero.
Right, that's the intent, to try and have a zero power bill.
So it's the electrical room?
The regular panels and inverters and the Eco Solar's panel that sends that power to the meter.
And then, so we've got Eric from Eco Solar here today to talk about what equipment we're seeing here today. Thanks, Eric.
These are 10 kilowatt inverters. The solar array is 37.7 kilowatts. That's the nameplate rating of the array on the roof. And that comes down as DC energy. We've got it nicely tucked in the wall just because of the new construction project going on here. And so there's 4 10 kilowatt inverters, and each row up on the roof has its own inverter. And then they get combined into this is an inverter combining load center. So each of the inverters has its own input here, and then it combines here and goes out to the back of the building into the net meter, and that's where the credit comes.
So it takes a little bit of coordination between the building contractor and the solar contractor, and laying things out and having everything in place for when the installation happens.
Yeah, we worked with Andrew, and basically when the roof was done, he let us know, and we came down and installed the array, and then we coordinated this room. Andrew's equipment is on this side with the electrical, and then we planned out the space for the solar equipment on this side, and then of course the internet equipment over there. So, and then we left the walls open. Andrew was good enough to make it so that we could hide a lot of the conduits and so forth, so it's a cleaner look.
And we'll look on the outside here in a few minutes, but one of the things that coordination that had to happen was about the roof line and the shape of the roof to fit the number of panels that we needed basically try to zero the meter out.
Right. So we had basically a size of the building, and then Andrew planned a truss that allowed us to have a steeper pitch on the south and a larger roof space, and then maintain the 4-foot setbacks all the way around. So that was pretty cool. Whenever there's that kind of pre-planning, you can harvest more solar energy for the space, because we would have fit probably half of what's up there if it weren't for the ingenuity on the trusses.
Well, let's go take a look at that. Okay, tell me about those trusses.
Yeah, well, as you can see, we have a asymmetrical roof, and the object of that was to maximize the number of solar panels that we could get on the south side. So with the help of the truss people and Eric, we all got together and created that design so that we could get as close to 40 kW as possible. And we're around, what, 37 and a half?
38.
38. So that's the reason for the shape of the roof.
Yeah, so these are the refrigeration and freezer units we're getting ready to install. And then, what do we have, 116 panels on the roof, Andrew?
116 solar panels.